All right, I want to start this lesson by giving all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rekah, Quadash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles and teachers and wise men, a great millstone that I learned this truth from through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua. Salutations out there to the elect. All right, I want to do a quick lesson. Going into two videos I came across that are going to give you an examples of how the Lord uses those angels that he makes into spirits and how he brings forth his judgments in the earth, to appease his wrath. But before I play those two videos, let's start right here in the book of Ecclesiasticus, which is the book of Sirach and the Apocrypha. Let's start at 39. Let's start right here at verse, 24. It says, as his ways, whose ways? The ways of the Lord are plain unto the holy, so are they a stumbling block unto the wicked. So the people that do wicked in the earth, they're not going to understand the judgments of the Lord, the ways of the Lord, how the Lord will judge. And let's give a quick example of how the Lord will judge a young baby, by causing that baby to be unalive in a car accident. You see, that's a stumbling block to people, not realizing that the spirit in that baby could have sinned in a past life, and the Lord brought that baby back in another body to be judged. You see, the simple, the wicked, which are simple, they don't understand the ways of the Lord. But they that seek the Lord, we understand why. And those that seek the Lord, you see, we understand why the Lord brings judgment. His ways are made plain unto us. You see, but the wicked, they don't understand the judgments of the Lord. Verse 25, it says, for the good are good things created from the beginning, so evil things for sinners. You see, verse 26, the principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, the blood of the grape, oil, and clothing. All these things are good to the godly, so to the sinner they are turned into evil. You see? So let's start with these two videos before we continue to read. Let's start with the first video to give you an example of that, of how those things that were mentioned can be turned into evil for sinners. Which one of them is being what? Fire. You see? It says what? The principal things of the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, and oil and clothing. All these things are good for the God. So like all these things are for good to the God. So like good to the godly. So to the sinners they are turned into evil. So let's give you an example of fire being turned into evil for sinners. So like Now, new at 5, a mother is facing unimaginable loss this holiday season. Just days after his son saved her from a fire at her home in Fox Meadows, he is discovered dead. Our Brielle Brown got an exclusive interview with the grieving mom who says she has no idea how to put things back together.
Lakeisha Davis says in a matter of weeks, she lost a lifetime of possessions.
A lot of family pictures that my mom has collected over the years when I was little to when I had my 2 kids. We lost everything.
But those keepsakes don't come close to the person she'll never see again. Just days after Christmas, her son Joseph Vincent died. He was 32.
He passed away. They found him deceased in my car. And he's the one that's pulled me out of the fire. If he wasn't there and was pulling on me, I would have died.
Davis told your news leader the last time she spoke with Vincent was hours before his death, and the last time she saw him will forever be engraved in her mind.
And then the next time I saw him, he was on the ground. They had him covered up, and all I saw was just his feet. And all this is just so unbearable, dealing with this fire. And now my child is gone. I'm just in so much pain.
Her heart also breaks for his younger sister and daughter.
He loved his sister, and he has a 10-year-old daughter that's coming to see me today. And she looks just like him.
With a shattered heart, picking up the pieces seemed far-fetched.
Right now I'm in a hotel. I don't know what to do after this. I think I'm gonna move out of town because there's just too many bad memories here now. I could really use everybody to come together just to help. Anything will help.
Reporting for your news leader, Brea Brown, WRUG News Channel 3.
And see, that could have been a judgment upon her son because he was sinning, but she wouldn't understand that. You see? Let's play the second video. Let's play this one. I mean, as sad as it is, her son, he could have been, a sinner. Or he may have been, I'm pretty sure he was sinning somewhere. And the Lord allowed that to happen to him, or allowed that situation to happen in order to judge him. As hard as it is to believe to some people, that could have been, well, that is what happened. The Lord brought judgment upon the son.
At Locksmith Keyless, we've got a wide
Salakia.
variety of items for this category. Find tools from budget-friendly.
Tonight, a mom is facing murder charges after Columbus police found her 3-year-old girl dead. 41-year-old Sharon Sakalos is now behind bars. Police say her daughter died at a home in South Columbus around 5:30 last night. 10 TV's Lacey Chris spoke with neighbors, and she joins us live from Columbus Police headquarters. Just heartbreaking, Lacey.
It really is, and according to a police report, the mother admitted to detectives that she suffocated the girl on purpose.
She's 3. She was very, very bright. She was a very, very sweet girl. And we really liked her.
Tristan Price lived across from 41-year-old Sharon Sakulos for the past year and a half.
Knew in our gut that she was not a good person, not a good parent.
Neighbors tell me when Columbus police showed up last night, they had a bad feeling about what had happened.
The cops come to us. We're like, hey, we can watch the baby. If the mom's going to jail, we've watched her before. We'll watch her again. He's like, the baby's gone to the hospital. He didn't specify that she was dead. He's like, I don't know if you guys believe in prayer, but definitely pray. And it was just it just shook us a lot.
The details are heartbreaking. According to a police report, Columbus police tried to revive Cassidy Sakulos until Columbus Fire arrived and took her to the hospital where she was pronounced dead. Neighbors say they saw Sakulos outside while police were inside the home.
We seen her out there standing kind of stoic and calm, smoking a cigarette. Way too calm.
According to court records, medical personnel told homicide detectives Cassidy had signs of bruising. When detectives interviewed Sakulos, according to court documents, she admitted she suffocated Cassidy. Court records say she told detectives she put a plastic bag over Cassidy's head and that her intention was to kill Cassidy.
I'm sorry for the dad.
And Sakulos is scheduled to be in court tomorrow. Reporting live, Lacey Chris.
You heard that? Her intention was to kill that child, that 3-year-old. Which means what? Let's continue to read. Verse 28. There be spirits created for vengeance. You see? So the mother was obviously a spirit created for vengeance. that was used by the Lord to judge, to bring vengeance upon that 3-year-old. As hard as it is for people to understand the ways of the Lord, that's exactly how the Lord operates. He brings judgment upon those spirits that sin, whether he brings judgment upon them in their current life or when they come back, in another body, when that same spirit comes back, because there's no such thing as hell, a place where your spirit goes and burns for all eternity. No, the place of judgment is under the sun, like I've read in a previous lesson in Ecclesiastes, under the sun. You see? Let's get it. Ecclesiastes 3:16. Moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, which is the earth, that wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there. You see? And that's the earth. The Lord's judgments go throughout the entire earth. All right. So the Lord used that fire, in the first story, as to bring about judgment upon that son. And he used the mother to bring judgment upon that child. You see? Verse 28, there be spirits created for vengeance, which in their fury they lay on sore strokes. You see? In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. So those spirits were used to appease the Most High's wrath. It says fire, the first story, where that son died trying to save his mother in that apartment fire. It says hell, famine, and death. You see? The second story, where that mother unalived that 3-year-old by suffocating her. See? Fire, hell, famine, and death. All these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts, scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. See? Punishing the wicked to destruction. They shall rejoice in his commandment and shall be ready upon earth, the place of judgment, upon earth, when need is. And when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. You see? So the Lord used those spirits that he created for vengeance to bring about his judgments upon those spirits, you see, that sinned, you see, upon the wicked. All right, so I'll end the lesson here. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Shalom.